Hi, welcome to your yoga practice. So excited to be a part of TD Mosaic Festival 2021, where I'm part of the Singing for Birds, Bees and Trees event here in Mississauga. And today we're going to do a practice of yoga, and I'm going to talk about what yoga practice is. So before we get into that, let me introduce myself. My name is Pramod, and I am a certified yoga instructor and a yoga therapist. And I have with me Denise, who will be practicing with us today, and I will be guiding her into our practice. Now, when we talk about yoga, it's been a really intense 18 months. And with all these lockdowns and everything else going on in the world, I think it's been really, really intense for most people. And as we were in lockdown, I think one thing which really healed me personally was when I was spending time out in the nature. And I think this is the theme of this event as well, singing with birds, bees and trees, which is a dedication to nature. And frankly, you cannot practice yoga without talking about nature, because we all are this part of this whole system where we all thrive together. So we as humans, the birds, the bees, the trees, the animals, the stars, everything is a part of this whole one system, and we basically thrive on each other to make this magic happen, which is we call the universe and the planet Earth. So what is yoga really? So when we talk about yoga, you must have heard a lot of different definitions of yoga, and the word yoga comes from a Sanskrit term which is called yuj. So it's basically an offshoot of that word yuj, which basically means to unite or to bring together or to yoke. Now this pretty much is the definition which you must have heard everywhere. So every yoga person or a yoga instructor you talk to and you ask them what is yoga, they will say it's the union. And what is this union about? It's the union of mind, body and breath. But I'm going to go a little further into this. So as per Patanjali, who was the sage who introduced Yoga Sutras to us, for him the definition of yoga, and it's written in the Yoga Sutras verse 2 in chapter 1, the Yoga Sutras 1.2, and it defines yoga as yoga chitta vritti nirodha. So what does it mean is basically we are in the state of yoga when the activities, which are the vrittis of the mind, which is the chitta, are in nirodha. Now what is nirodha? Now it's really hard for us to have a right definition of nirodha. Some people describe it as the cessation or stopping or stilling the mind, whilst the real definition is basically we want to see something without a veil or without any covering. So basically when we are talking about the fluctuations in our mind, the activities of our mind, we are able to see something without any covering. We are able to see clearly. That's the state of yoga, and that's, according to Patanjali, is mentioned in Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. So this is really yoga. Now when we talk about yoga again, in the West, yoga has become more of a physical practice, right? And anytime I speak to people and I ask them why they came to yoga, they said basically they want to stretch their muscles, they want to flex, probably they want to sweat in a hot room, and everybody has a different reason why they practice yoga. But frankly, yoga is not just about the physical practice. There are basically 8 limbs to yoga. And it's yamas, which are basically the social observances, yamas, niyamas, which is the personal practices, asana, which is the physical practice, pranayama, which is the breathing practice, and then the next 4 practices lead us towards meditation. So pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and then samadhi. So basically yoga is also can be termed as a moving meditation. So without further delay, we're going to do the practice right here with Denise. But before we get into the physical postures, I'm just going to break down the physical postures into 8 different categories. So every posture can be defined into 8 different categories. So to start with, it's Samasthiti, where your spine is neutral. That's the one pose, or actually there are different poses into Samasthiti as well, and you'll see that. The second one is Paschimottanasana. So anytime we stretch the back side of our muscles, all the poses where basically we are stretching the back is called Paschimottanasana. The third category is Purvatana, where basically we are stretching the front body. All those poses are Purvatana. And then Parsva, which is the lateral stretch. So anytime you're putting the spine into a lateral stretch, that's Purva. Parivritti is the rotation of the spine. So anytime you're doing any twists, that's called Parivritti. And then Viparita, which are all the inversions. We saw some people doing some inversions right now. So these are all the Viparita practices. And then there are last two is Mudras and Vishesha. So Mudras are those special poses where we basically use locks, and if we use all 3 locks in our body, those are basically called the Mudras. And then the Vishesha is all other poses that are not a part of any of those I talked before, basically form into Vishesha. So any Bakasana, which is crow pose, Mayurasana, which is a peacock pose, or Garudasana, which is the eagle pose, all those come into Vishesha. So I hope you've enjoyed some of this philosophy and why we practice yoga. So let's begin. I'm going to start the practice with an intention. So bring your hands to your heart, relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and then you can repeat after me if you like. May my heart be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be at ease and at peace. May I be happy. Now take a deep breath in through the nose and a soft exhale out through the nose. Then slowly open your eyes. Bring your arms by your sides. And we'll start with something called a neutral pose, Samasthiti. So that we talked about earlier. So Samasthiti is basically a neutral spine. So I have Denise here with me. Denise, can you move to the side? Okay, so what you want to do is in Samasthiti, bring your big toes to touch slightly, heels slightly apart. Firm up your legs. So lift your kneecaps up, engage your thighs, engage your core. So bring your belly in towards your spine. Create a proud chest. So bring your chest forward and up. Now roll your shoulders up, back and down, palm face forward. Then bring your chin slightly towards your throat. So you're creating length towards the back of your neck. Now completely lengthen your spine. So on every inhale, reach your crown of your head up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, ground your feet down onto the mat. So as you can see, this is a neutral pose. So we are here in complete plumb line. So what I mean by plumb line is we want to stack our ears over our shoulders, shoulders over our hips, hips over our knees, and knees over our ankles. So this is the spine, or this is the pose that we should be every time you're doing anything. So even if you're walking, you're driving, you're doing stuff, this is how our spine needs to be. But over time, we obviously round forward. So this is a great time to reconnect with our body, with our breath, and just stay here, reconnected, and just watch your breath. So as you inhale, watch your breath move in through your nostrils into your lungs. And then as you exhale, just watch that breath leave your lungs and out through your nostrils. And this is really the foundation of every pose in yoga. So going forward in the practice, any forward bends, back arches, twists, lateral bends, whatever you do, just try to find this pose in every pose you do today. Okay, so let's begin. So slowly open your eyes. And then again, bring your hands to your heart. Take a full inhale in through the nose. And a soft exhale out through the nose. And then the next pose, we're going to start with Tadasana, which is the mountain pose. So I'm going to guide you into the practice. So as you inhale, reach your arms up, lift your heels high. You can interlace your fingers, lock and stretch up. And then on an exhale, slowly bring your arms, your heels back down onto the mat. Then let's do a few more. Inhale, reach up. So arms overhead, interlace your fingers and stretch. Stretch your spine, heels over your toes. And then as you exhale, slowly bring your heels down, your arms by your side. So a few more. Inhale up. So reach all the way up, lengthen your spine, interlace and stretch. And exhale down. Slowly bring your arms by your side. Again, one last one. Inhale up. Then as you reach at the top, take a slight pause after the inhale and just stay here in this pose. And then exhale, release. So bring your heels down, bring your arms by your side. Again, come back to your neutral spine, Tadasana, mountain pose. And return to your breath, natural breath. And then slowly walk towards the top of your mat. You're going to get into some warrior sequence here. So bring your hands onto your hips. Maybe keep your knees soft. And then take a big step back with your right foot. Then square your hips first. So make sure your hips are square towards the front. Your left leg is straight. Bring your arms by your side. Now as you inhale, bring your arms forward and up. Bend your left knee. Reach up. Maybe slight back arch. And then exhale, bring your arms forward. Keep your left knee bent. Inhale, arms out to the sides. And exhale, bring your arms forward. Then inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, fold forward over your left leg. So you can keep your left knee soft if you like. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Slight back arch. And then exhale, relax, stretch your left leg. We'll do two more like this. Again, inhale, bring your arms forward and up. Exhale, bring your arms forward. Inhale, arms to the side. And exhale, bring your arms forward again. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold again. Again, inhale, reach all the way up again. And exhale, relax, bring your arms down. Stretch your left leg. One last time. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, arms forward. Inhale, arms to the side. Exhale, forward. Inhale up. And exhale, fold again. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, relax. So stretch your left leg. And then step back. And just pause here. So just observe your breath. Observe any sensation in your body. Notice what you're feeling. Notice that energy flowing into your body. And then we'll do the other side. So step your right leg forward, left leg back. Again, make sure your left toes are pointed out towards maybe 10 o'clock. Okay, so let's begin onto this side. Now as you inhale, bring your arms forward, bend your right knee, reach up. And then exhale, bring your arms forward. Inhale, arms to the side. And exhale, forward. Again, one more. Inhale up. And exhale, fold over your right leg. Again, you can keep your right knee soft if you like, or you can stretch your right leg completely. Again, inhale all the way back up. And exhale, relax. Stretch your right leg. Let's do two more. Inhale, arms come forward and up. And exhale, forward. Inhale, arms into T. And exhale, arms forward. Again, inhale up. And exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up again. And exhale, relax. One last one. Inhale, forward and up. Reach up, slide back arch. Exhale, arms forward. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, arms back in. Inhale up. And exhale, fold again. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, relax your arms, stretch out your right leg, and then step back onto your mat. And just stay here with your sensations in your body. Maybe with your eyes closed, just notice what's arising. Just be here in the present moment. Take a full inhale in. Breathe in the present moment. Then as you exhale, just leave out all the expectations of the past and the future. Just relax. Okay, again, walk towards the top of your mat. We'll get into runner's lunge here. So bring your hands onto your hips. Maybe bend your knees slightly. And then take a big step back with your right foot. Now bring your right heel over your right toes. You can keep your left knee soft. So left knee over your left ankle. Now as you inhale, bring your arms forward and up. And then as you exhale, swing your arms back. Keep your right leg engaged completely. And inhale, bring your arms forward and up. Reach up, slide back arch. And exhale, swing your arms back. One more. Inhale up. And exhale back. Now we'll stay in the pose for 3 breaths at least. Inhale, bring your arms forward and up. And exhale, lunge here. Again, create full engagement into your right leg. Bring your right heel over your right toes. And create a proud chest. And on every inhale, keep reaching up with your fingertips. As you exhale, sink your hips low. And then slowly bring your hands down onto the mat. And then step your right foot forward. Come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Then as you exhale, come all the way back up. And let's do the other side. Hands onto your hips. Take a big step back with your left foot this time. Okay, and square your hips, bend your right knee, lift your left heel high. So bring your left heel over your left toes. And engage your left leg completely. Square your hips. Let's begin. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up. And exhale, swing your arms back. Runner's lunge. Okay, 2 more. Inhale, forward and up. Reach up, reach back slightly. And exhale, swing. 1 more. Inhale up. And exhale back. Now we'll stay in the pose for 3 breaths. So inhale, come all the way up. Engage your left leg. And exhale, sit your hips low. Okay, and on every inhale, reach your fingers, your thumb slightly back. And exhale, lunge. 1 more. Inhale up, reach back, and exhale right here. Then inhale, come all the way up first, and then as you exhale, bring your hands down onto the mat. Step your left foot forward, come into a forward fold. Then inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Then exhale, come all the way up. Come back into mountain pose. Just pause here for a few breaths. Again, maybe you can close your eyes. Just watch any sensations in your body. Anything that's arising to your mind, body, or breath. Okay, now slowly open your eyes. So again, come towards the top of your mat. Then hands onto your hips. Bend your knee slightly. Then take a big step back with your right foot. Okay, so we'll start with warrior 1. So as you inhale, bring your arms forward and up. Reach up, sink your hips low. Then exhale, open into warrior 2. So right arm back, left arm forward. Look over your left index finger. And on every inhale, create length in your spine. As you exhale, sit your hips low. Move into exalted warrior. So bring your right hand down, left arm up on an inhale. And exhale, lunge again here. And 1 more. Inhale. And exhale back into warrior 2. Inhale, bring your right arm forward and up into warrior 1. And exhale, relax, bring your arms by your side. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, reach your arms up, bend your left knee, warrior 1. Then exhale, open into warrior 2. Inhale, exalted warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. And exhale back into warrior 2. Inhale, warrior 1. Right arm forward and up. And exhale, relax. One last one. Inhale, warrior 1. So lift up and back. And then exhale, open into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right hand back, left arm back. And exhale back into warrior 2. Inhale, right arm forward into warrior one. And exhale, relax. So let's switch sides. So step back onto your mat. You can just pause here for a minute. And then bring your right foot forward. So again, left toes point out towards 10 o'clock. Right toes point straight forward. Then as you inhale, bend your right knee, lift your arms up, warrior one. And exhale, lunge here. And take an inhale. And then exhale, open into warrior two. So we're doing the other side now. Look over your right index finger. Inhale, lift your spine. And on an exhale, sit your hips low. Find your lunge here. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left hand down, right arm up. Breathe into your right side. And then exhale, warrior two. Inhale, left arm forward and up, warrior one. And exhale, relax. So let's do two more times. Inhale, bring your arms forward and up, warrior one. Exhale, open into warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm down, right arm parallel to the floor. Exhale, open into warrior two. Inhale, open into warrior one. And exhale, relax. Then one last time. Inhale, forward and up, reach back, lift your heart up. Exhale, open. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Again, inhale, warrior one. And exhale, relax. Again, step back onto your mat. You can just pause here for a minute. Again, reconnect with your breath if you've lost your breath. Again, this is all a moving meditation, so just find your breath. Just be aware of your breath. Okay, now slowly open your eyes again. Then from here, we'll just do a counter pose after these intense back bends. So you can keep your knees soft. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. You can inhale, come all the way up, reach up. And then exhale, fold again. And you can keep your knees soft. Yes, few more. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. One more. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, fold forward. Then slowly walk your hands onto your shins, your thighs, and then slowly come back up. You can roll your shoulders up, back and down. Come back into mountain pose, Tadasana, and just stay here with your breath. Okay, so moving on, we'll get into some twist and lateral stretches now. So I want you to bring your feet a little wider, so maybe we can face this side. Your feet are out, and then again we will do the sequence here with a twist, a lateral bend, and then a forward fold. And then we're gonna do dynamic and static. We will do 3 dynamic to start with, and then we'll stay into each pose for 3 breaths at least. So let's begin. On an inhale, reach your arms out to the side. And as you exhale, bring your left hand down towards your right foot, reach your right arm up. You can bend your right knee slightly if you want. And inhale up. And exhale, do the other side. So right hand down, left arm up. And inhale, come all the way up. And the lateral stretch, so right hand down, left arm reaches towards the right side. Again, inhale up. And then exhale the other side. Left hand down, right arm comes parallel. Again, inhale all the way up. And then fold forward. And then bring both hands down onto the mat. Inhale, reach all the way up again. And then exhale, left hand down, right arm up. Second set. Inhale, back up. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up. You can look up if you like. Again, inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, lateral. Right hand down, left arm parallel. Again, come all the way up on an inhale. And exhale the other side. Left hand down, right arm parallel. Again, inhale up. And exhale, fold forward. So you can bring both hands down onto the mat. Then on your next inhale, come all the way up. Let's do the third set. Left hand down, right arm up. Inhale up. And exhale, twist. Inhale all the way back up. Right side lateral, right hand down, left arm parallel. And inhale all the way back up. The lateral on the other side. So breathe into your right side. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, fold forward. Just stay here for a few breaths. You can keep your knees soft if you like. You can draw your head down towards the floor. You can on an inhale come all the way back up. Now we'll stay in these poses here. So as you exhale, left hand down, right arm up, and stay here for 3 breaths. So as you inhale, reach your right fingertips up towards the sky, and as you exhale, twist. Again, you can keep your right knee soft, or you can even draw your right toes out towards the right side. Again, on every inhale, reach up, and exhale, twist open. One more inhale, and then exhale. On the next inhale, come all the way up, and then exhale, do the other side. So right hand down, left arm up. Again, you can look up if you like towards your left fingertips. And on every inhale, keep lengthening your spine, and as you exhale, twist your spine open. One more inhale, and exhale. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale right here. And inhale, come all the way back up. Then let's do the lateral here. So as you exhale, right side, left arm comes parallel. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. Again, you can look up if you like, only if your neck allows. And then 3 breaths. So take a full inhale in here and a soft exhale out. Again, nice inhale in through the nose and exhale out through the nose. Again, breathe into your left side. One more inhale and an exhale. On your next inhale, come all the way back up and exhale to the other side. So left arm down, right arm parallel to the floor. Again, you can look up if you like. And then full inhale in through the nose. Soft exhale out through the nose. Another breath in. Another breath out. Deep inhale in through the nose. And soft exhale out through the nose. Okay, on your next inhale, come all the way back up. And then exhale, fold forward. So again, we'll stay here for 3 breaths at least. So on every inhale, create length in your spine first, and then as you exhale, fold forward. Again, you can keep your knees soft if you like, and try to bring your head down towards the mat. Okay, now slowly come all the way back up. You can walk your hands onto your shins, your thighs, then rise all the way back up. And then bring your feet together. You can just notice the effects of this posture. Just notice the effects of the sequence. Maybe closing your eyes. And then slowly open your eyes. And then the next set of sequence is a sun salutation, which is an amazing yoga sequence where there is just so much happening, and that we feel is, if you just follow the sun salutations every day, that could be the yoga practice, right? So let's begin. So we'll again come towards the top of our mats. Then I'm gonna guide you. We'll do the sequence together, the first one, and then I will just guide Denise into the sequence. We will do 3 sets. So there are 2 sides, so total 6 sun salutes. So let's begin. Keeping your knees soft. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step your right leg back, come into a lunge. And then exhale into a downward facing dog. Inhale into an up dog, so shift your hips forward and up, come into an up dog. And then exhale back into a downward facing dog. And then on an inhale, step your right leg forward, come into a lunge. And then exhale the other foot forward, so into a forward fold. Then inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, fold forward. Let's do the other side. Step your left leg back, inhale, and exhale, downward facing dog. Then inhale, upward facing dog, bring your hips forward and up, lift your chest high, and then exhale back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, exhale, right foot forward. Inhale all the way up, and then exhale, release. So this was one set, right and the left, so we'll do two more like these. So let's begin. Inhale, reach all the way up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step your right leg back into a lunge, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing dog, shift your weight forward and up, lift your chest high, relax your shoulders. Then exhale back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg steps forward. Then exhale, left leg steps forward into a forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, and exhale, fold again. Inhale, left leg back, lunge. Exhale, right leg back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing dog, shift your weight forward and up, relax your shoulders, and then exhale back into a down dog. Inhale, left foot forward, exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, come all the way up, and exhale, relax your hands. Again, draw your shoulders up, back and down. Just stay here for a breath. Let's do the third one. Again, inhale, reach all the way up. Lean back slightly, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step your right leg back into a lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing dog, shift your weight forward and up, and exhale back into a down dog. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale, left leg forward into a forward fold. And inhale all the way up, and exhale, fold again. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale back into a down dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale all the way back up again. And exhale, bring your arms by your side. Just relax again. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. And just stay here, let the breath return. And just simply observe your breath here. Just notice the Vyana Vayu circulating in your system. Just notice the energy flowing into the system. Just notice how you feel after the sequence. Just notice how you feel on your physical body, your physiological body, and your mind. Simply just notice. And then slowly open your eyes. And then turn around, come onto your mat. So come onto your back and just stay down onto the mat. So we'll just take a mini rest here into Shavasana. Again, you can keep your knees bent if you like, or you can stretch your feet forward and just relax here, let the breath return. And just allow yourself to completely relax here. So allow your mind, body, breath to settle. Okay, so while Denise relaxes into Shavasana for a few minutes and gets her breath back after that standing sequence, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the yoga therapy approach in yoga. So as I mentioned, I'm a qualifying yoga therapist, and when we work in yoga therapy, there is a difference between a Western and the Eastern approach. So when you go to a doctor for any ailment, they'll look at you physically, physiologically, and then they try to heal you accordingly. In yoga therapy or in yoga, we work with the energy of the body, and we feel that the energy we get from is the prana, the life force energy, and that we get from so many different things. So the food we eat, the nature, the beings around us, the animals, the birds, everything gives us that prana energy. And that prana energy helps us basically move and do what we're supposed to. And that prana energy is basically broken down into 5 different vayus. So the first one is the prana vayu, which basically is your chest area. So That's responsible for any energy that comes into our body and what we do with that energy. The second part is the Samana Vayu, which is basically the area from your diaphragm to your navel, and basically that helps with all the digestion and assimilation of that energy in our body. The third is the Apana Vayu, which basically helps eliminate all the unwanted energy from our system. And then the fourth is the Vyana Vayu. So when we do all the sun salutes, what we just did, it circulates the energy into our system, and that's why sun salutations are so important in our practice. So the Vyana energy basically circulates everything in our system. And then the last and the final is the Udana Vayu, which is basically your throat area, and that basically just helps us uplift. So that energy is uplifted, and then that basically helps with all the depression and all the other issues that we have, like thyroid and all that stuff. So these are the different Vayus that we work with when we talk about yoga therapy approach into yoga. So let's begin now our floor sequence. So Denise is well rested now. So let's begin with our floor sequence here. So bring the awareness back into your body. You can bring your feet together. And again, this sequence is basically again 3 postures in one. So we'll start with the bridge, then we'll go into an L position with our feet up, and then we'll get into the knees wide with Supta Baddhakasana. So this is basically all this different sequence in one little posture. So bend your knees and bring your soles of your feet onto the mat. Now, as you inhale, lift your hips up, and then on an exhale, slowly bring your hips down and bring your knees in towards your chest. Okay, on your next inhale, lift your feet straight up towards the sky. And then exhale, hug your knees back in towards your chest. Now inhale, bring your feet down and open your knees wide. So knees out to the sides. And then on an exhale, bring your knees together and hug your knees back in towards you. And just pause your breath and bring your feet back down onto the mat. This is whole one sequence. So let's do a few more. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, bring your knees back towards your chest, hips down. Inhale, lift your feet high. And exhale, bring your knees back in towards your chest. Inhale, open your knees wide, so bring your feet down, knees to the side. And then on an exhale, bring your knees back in towards your chest. And then hold your breath, bring your feet back down onto the mat. And then on an inhale, lift your hips back up. Exhale, hug your knees in. Inhale, lift your feet straight up. Exhale, knees back towards your chest. Inhale, feet down, open your knees wide. And exhale, bring your knees together and knees back towards your chest. And then inhale, bring your feet back down onto the mat and just relax. This was the whole sequence with bridge and the L position and the Supta Baddhakasana, which basically opens up the hip joint. And then now slowly windshield wiper your knees towards your left, towards your right. And then gently roll onto one side. And then come onto your belly. So come all the way onto your belly. We'll get into some back arches again. So we'll start with baby cobra. So again, just like in our standing practice, we will do 3 dynamic first, and then we'll stay in the pose a little longer. So make sure your feet, top of the feet are nicely grounded onto the mat. Your kneecaps are lifted, so completely engage your legs here. Then as you inhale, bring your arms into a T shape and lift your chest up, your shoulders up, your head up. Then as you exhale, bring your right cheek down onto the mat. Look towards the left side. Perfect. Again, inhale, lift up completely. So lift your chest, your shoulders, your chest. Then exhale, bring your other cheek down onto the mat. So this again is one set. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, back up. And exhale, right cheek down, look towards the left. Inhale up. Exhale, look onto the other side. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale, right cheek down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left cheek, look towards the right side. Okay, now slowly bring your forehead back down onto the mat. Just pause here for a breath. Now we'll get into the pose and stay there into this pose. So bring your hands towards your mid ribs. So elbows pointed up towards the sky, elbows over your wrists. Now as you inhale, just lift your chest off the mat. Then on an exhale, lift your hands off the mat. So you're only moving up with your back muscles. So you're engaging your back muscles here. And just stay here and breathe and keep looking down towards the mat. So always remember your neck moves with your upper spine. So do not crunch your neck here. Create length towards the back of your neck. Okay, on every inhale, keep lifting higher, and as you exhale, root your top of your feet down onto the mat. Okay, one more inhale in and exhale out. Another breath in, and as you exhale, slowly release. Bring your forehead down. You can rest onto one cheek and just pause here for a few breaths. Then let's go into a different pose we'll call full locus pose. So bring your forehead back down onto the mat. Again, 3 dynamic, and then we'll stay in the pose for 3 breaths. Now zip up your legs, so bring your feet together. Now as you inhale, bring your chest off the mat, reach your toes off the mat as well. Then as you exhale, bring your feet down, bring your forehead down onto the mat. Okay, and one more. Inhale, lift your chest off the mat, bring your feet up, bring your knees up. And exhale, relax. One more. Inhale up. Keep looking down and exhale down. Now for the next 3 breaths, we'll stay in the pose. So as you inhale, lift your chest, your ribs up, lift your knees, your feet up, and just stay here. You can ground your hands down onto the mat if you like. Again, full inhale in through the nose. Keep looking down towards the mat. And relax here. Exhale. One more. Inhale in and exhale out. One last breath. Inhale and exhale, release. Again, bring your left cheek down onto the mat, look towards the right side, completely relax. Bring the breath into your lower spine. Again, just take this moment to relax. And then whenever you're ready, bring your forehead back down onto your mat. And then roll onto your one side. And then come on up towards the top of your mat. So you can start here with sitting onto your heels. And we'll go into Sleeping Hero, which is Supta Virasana. So you can bring your knees towards the edges of the mat. Big toes touch, you're sitting onto your heels. Now, if you're used to placing blocks, you can always place blocks under your back, under your head. But if you're used to going all the way back, that's fine too. And then bring your hands towards your back first. So fingers pointed forward. And then lift your hips up. And then bring it back onto your heels. And then slowly come onto your elbows first. Again, we don't want to rush into any pose, so just move slowly. And then elbows can, you can come all the way down onto your mat or your blocks or any bolsters that you might have. And just relax here. Again, if you find this challenging, you can always stay onto your elbows or your hands. So again, whatever works best for you. It's not about how deep you get into the pose. It's how much you can breathe into the pose. So it's not about the shape or the form that you create. It's basically how you feel into your body, what goes in, how you're breathing. So it's all about that. You can feel your breath all the way down into your thighs. So follow your breath. As you inhale, bring your breath into your nostrils, into your lungs, into your body, and all the way bring your breath into your thighs. Then on an exhale, allow your breath to return. So back from your thighs, into your body, into your lungs, and then out through your nostrils. Just keep following your breath. Okay, when you come out of this pose, you have to move very mindfully. So grab onto your feet or your ankles first, and then slowly lift yourselves up. So come onto your elbows first, then elbows will turn into your hands, and then slowly come back up. Bring your knees together. Just stay here for a breath. Just observe every sensation in your body. Just notice how you feel. Some of these back bends can be really, really intense for some of us. So just take a breath, return back to your breath, and just observe. Okay, slowly open your eyes, and then from here, just move into a child's pose. So bring your knees towards the edges of the mat, and then forehead down onto the mat, arms stretched forward, and just completely relax. In child's pose is one of the best restorative poses, and basically what it does is it kicks in our parasympathetic response into our system, which helps us rest, digest, and relax. So every time you feel anything, in life, last couple of months or even a year has been really, really challenging for most of us. And while I heal myself being out in the nature, not everybody was out, they were stuck in their homes. So this is an amazing pose. Every time you feel something in your body, the stress, the anxiety, always come into child's pose. It helps relax the system completely. So from here we'll just move into some poses. So basically from child's pose into tabletop. So on an inhale, move forward into a tabletop. Again, bend your elbows slightly, push your chest down. So basically you're creating a back arch slightly. Keep your neck long. And as you exhale, move back into child's pose. Let's do a few more. Inhale forward, chest slightly down, neck is long, and then exhale back into child's. Inhale forward. You can open your chest down, feel that back arch, and exhale back. One more. Inhale forward and exhale back. You just stay here in child's pose for a few more breaths. And then come on up. And then turn around, come onto your back. We will get into a twist pose. So we'll get into supine twist. So keep your knees bent, bring your feet onto the mat. Now as you inhale, bring your arms into a T shape. Then on an exhale, bring your knees towards the left side and then look towards the right side. So again, we are spine into a twist here. So make sure your right shoulder stays down onto the mat. So even if your knees don't touch the floor, that's okay. You can always place a block under the knee. But your right shoulder and your left shoulder should be nicely grounded onto the mat. And then feel that twist here. So on every inhale, create length in your spine. Then on an exhale, just twist. You can look over your right shoulder and stay with your breath here. Nice full inhale in through the nose. And a soft exhale out through the nose. Another breath in. Another breath out. Deep inhale in through the nose. And a full exhale out through the nose. Now on your next inhale, bring your knees up towards the sky. And then on an exhale, switch to the other side. So bring your knees towards the right side. Look over your left shoulder. Maybe place a block under your knee here again. Okay, make sure your left shoulder stays grounded onto the mat this time. And then on every inhale, lengthen your spine. And on an exhale, feel that twist into the spine. Another breath in. Another breath out. Deep inhale in through the nose. And soft exhale out through the nose. On your next inhale, bring your knees back up towards the sky. And as you exhale, stretch your feet forward, bring your arms by your sides. Again, just take this time to rest and relax. And then once you finish your practice, just like Dennis did, you come into the final resting pose, which is Shavasana. So you can bring your feet towards the edges of the mat, arms away from your trunk, shoulders again roll down towards your mat, head is relaxed. Again, draw your attention inwards. And then really this is the most important posture in yoga. So everything that we've done for last 60 minutes or so, every posture, this is where it all comes together, right? So this is so important. Anytime you practice, make sure at least you spend 5 to 7 minutes in Shavasana at the end of your practice. So this was the final posture of our series here, and while Dennis relaxes in this posture, I'm just going to talk about, again, yoga being a practice. It's not about this physical practice of yoga. It doesn't become yoga because of the shape or the form or any style that you practice or any lineage that you follow. It becomes yoga when it brings the holistic well-being into our body. So is the conscious breathing that helps that. And when we do the conscious breathing with our practice, that's when the whole approach towards yoga really comes together. And without breathing, really all you're doing here is you're doing a physical practice which you could probably practice in the gym or whatever, right? So, but the yoga is all about the breath. So every movement that you do, you have to match that breath with that movement. So either it's inhale or exhale, or sometimes there are holes in between the inhales and exhales. So I hope you've enjoyed this practice with me and Denise. And I thank you, TD Mosaic, for this opportunity. And I hope you have the wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.
Music has an incredible capacity to connect us, amplify voices that aren't always heard, and open doors to a more inclusive tomorrow. That's why we support Canadian music with a focus through the TD Ready commitment on experiences that bring people together and break down barriers even when we're apart.